Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. In this video, I'm going to do a review of the Givi Canyon GRT709 soft luggage bags. I did an installation video about 3 years ago that I'll try to remember to put a link up here for you if you want to check that out. But I've been using these for about 3 years, a little over 3 years now, and I've got some experience with them that I thought I would share. So in this video, I will go over some of the features of the bags, the things that I like about the bags, and then I'll cover the things that I don't like about the bag. So if this is something you're interested in getting and putting on your bike, you'll know what my experience has been and maybe what to expect. So stick around. All right, these bags are advertised to be 35 liters. What that really means is the internal space of the bag is about 27 liters, and then this back pouch is another 8 liters. So that's how they're getting to the 35 liter package here. It comes with this tennis ball green dry bag for each side of these back pouches, which is nice. I usually keep some tennis shoes in here. There is a buckle across the back of it, and on the front of the bag, you've got MOLLE webbing that I've added some bottle holders to. One of the things I like about these bags is they can be taken off of the bike. There's a mounting plate, and then they just pop off real nice and simple. So if I want to carry this bag into the hotel, it's really easy to do. And then at the end of the day, or in the morning when I'm ready to go, I can just pop them back on. And then there's a little locking mechanism to make sure they fit. So I'll get that fit later. I like that feature of it. These bags, like other bags, have a typical roll down design that clips on both sides and then opens up, and I'll get a better shot of this. There's this inner bag here, which is your dry bag. The Velcro's in, you can take that out. The outside of the bag is made of this rubberized ballistic nylon that has, for me, has held up pretty well. I've had some drops with these, nothing at speed. It hasn't damaged the bags. All right, here's another view of this inner bag. The dry bag inside that Velcro's in, and then I just put all my stuff in there, and then I can roll it down. This back pouch, I use one side, I put my tennis shoes in one of the dry bags. In the other pouch, I'll carry sodas, fuel for my stove, just a variety of things that I may want to get access to really quickly. All right, this other pouch, I'll usually keep my fuel for my stove. I might keep a pump in there. And if I grab sodas or something to drink at a gas station, I'll just throw those in there real quickly too, because that's nice and easy. There's some D-rings on the top of the bags here, and I usually use those to strap on my tent poles. It's not big enough for my tent poles to fit inside, so I just do that to know I have them. In this side of the bag, what I usually carry is I've got some spare gloves in there. I keep my drone in here, and I keep a down jacket, and then my tent. My tent goes in this side. So I like to keep that in this bag. And then I have a folding chair, and then my tent ground sheet. And I've got a first aid kit in there. So that is everything that goes in this bag. This side I already showed that I keep my tent poles up here. So we'll take that off. And I usually keep my cooking stuff in here and my food. I carry quite a bit of food. Ooh, my bear claw got mushed up a little bit. All right, I've got a hat, which I'll put that on because it is really sunny out here. And I've got some just stuff for camera stuff. I've got a can of chips. This is my food for the next few days. It's probably enough food for about 4 days. And then just cooking supplies, and a little mini table, and a micro jump starter. So that's what I keep in this bag. And the reason I'm pointing that out is when I get to some other things that I found about this bag, I'm not carrying an excessive amount of weight in any of these bags. It's not loaded up with heavy toolkits, things like that. So I'll talk about that here in a minute. Both of the dry bags, both sides have this zippered pocket in here. I keep paper and some fire starter and some extra Velcro straps. You know, just a place to put things if I want to keep them kind of tucked away and keep them dry, of course, in here as well. These bags are mounted on this rack right here. It's a nylon backer plate, and it should mount to just about every tubular rack. On the inside, it uses this bracket here, this molded nylon plastic piece to hold it to the rack, and so that fits multiple sizes of luggage racks. Design wise of these bags, the nylon plate that hooks in there, you've got these hooks. The way they're molded is it'd be really hard to break this off, and it has this metal backer plate that kind of holds the shape of the bags, and that's the way it goes on. Okay, I think I went over most of the features. I didn't go over it in great detail. If you watch the other video that I did on the mounting, I do a little bit better job of talking about the features of this. I think the more important thing is what my experience has been with these bags. So I'm going to start off by talking about the things that I've liked. The size, there's a lot that fits in there. It's not overly big, but I can take everything I need. I've really found this back pouch to be extremely useful, so I can throw, if my shoes are wet, I can just throw them without putting them in the dry bag. I can tuck trash in here, so when I get it somewhere, it's easy to throw away. For those of you that have had these external bags, you know how useful it is to have something that's outside of your main compartment. I like that. I really like the ability to take the bags off and take them in. The ease of removing them has been fantastic. The roll down design is just fine. So far for me, the material has held up really well. I don't ride fast. I have had some drops on these, but not at any great speed, and they've held up okay. Yeah, so I think from, and I'll add one more thing, is I like the MOLLE webbing up front so that I could put on a bottle holder, because I like having bottles up front. So on this bike, this is where I carry my water. I carry 32 ounces on each side, so when I get somewhere I have it. Yeah, I think from the things I like about the bags, that's what I will say. All right, now I want to talk about the things that I have found that I really don't like about the bags. I talked about this having this metal backer plate in here. This plate is pretty flimsy, and it's starting to fold over, and you can see what I carry in my bags is not that much, so the bags are starting to have a sagging look to them, and if I have some video, I'll show that. So I've been a little bit disappointed on how this is curved over at the top. Not a huge deal, it's just an aesthetic thing. It's not keeping it from functionally working. There is a little spot here in the nylon where it is wearing through a little bit, but I'm not overly concerned about that. I've got other things that have been bigger issues. An annoying thing that I had happen is I broke one of the buckles on this side, and there's no way to replace that with a new buckle because it's looped through. It's not two pieces of webbing with some buckles wound through it. So when that broke, I had to come up with some sort of configuration. So in order to repair this, I found a plastic locking carabiner that I had to slide through there, and then my own sliding buckle that I've wrapped around. So it works, but it would have been nice if I could replace this properly. It's kind of a dumb thing the way it broke, but buckles break, they're plastic, and there's no way to replace this. So that's a gripe for me on these bags. All right, this next thing is gonna be a little bit more challenging to show. Inside, the way the backer plate is mounted is with bolts that go through, and over the back side of the bolt and the nut, there's this plastic piece that covers it to keep this from rubbing on the dry bag. Now, I had one of these plastic pieces break off and rub a hole through my dry bag, and I didn't know it until after I had ridden in the rain for quite some time. When I got to my campsite, everything in my bag was wet. So I was a bit frustrated with that. Now, I think if I had known about this, I could have checked these periodically and pulled the dry bag out and made sure that these are staying in place and not rubbing through. So if you do decide to get these bags, or if you have them, make sure you check all of these plastic covers over the bolt and nut are still in place. Otherwise, you're gonna rub holes in your dry bag. One other thing I had happen was these mounting brackets to go on the back side of the plate. I did have one of these nylon brackets break, and in the mounting kit, I think you get like four or six extras of these. So thankfully I had an extra I could just put on. But make sure if you add these bags on, that you keep track of the condition of your mounting brackets. My final thoughts on these bags, after telling you things I liked about it, problems I've had with them, the issue that I think frustrated me the absolute most is trying to contact Givi USA customer service. I wanted to see if I could get a second mounting plate, that backer plate, so that I could take and put that on a second bike, and then I can move these bags back and forth without having to undo the backer plate to move them. It just would add some versatility to it, and some of the other manufacturers of soft luggage have that available. I emailed Givi USA numerous times. I called the multiple numbers that they have listed on their website multiple times. I left messages, and after 3 or 4 months of trying to get a hold of someone, I quit trying. And I was quite frustrated because it was a simple question. It wasn't a warranty issue. It was, can I do this? And as of now, I still haven't seen where that's a possibility. So if you're wanting to use these bags on multiple bikes, you're gonna have to take that whole mounting plate and move it over, which I find irritating. The other thing with these bags is, I think now they're listed at around $650. I paid just over $500 when they first came out. So it looked like a pretty good bargain compared to other bags of similar features, size, mounting. But these are approaching the cost of other brands out there right in that same mix. And I'm not sure that the value in this bag is there compared to the others. You can't get different mounting plates. You can't replace buckles. The backer plate has plastic covers that can break off and rub through your dry bag. I think there are some different options that may be a little better. I've used these for about 3 years. I have, if I was to guess, I don't know, close to 40,000 miles of camping, backcountry riding, just a variety of different things. And they've served my purpose. And at the price point that I paid for them, I think it was a decent value there. But I don't know that I would recommend paying $650 for these bags when there's others, and I think there's some less expensive models out there that provide all the same functionality, and you're not out as much if you can't replace buckles. So those are just my thoughts on these bags. I've had a few people asking me, they've watched the mounting video that I did 3 years ago and wanted to know what my long-term thoughts on these bags are. Those are my thoughts. I will continue to use these because I have them, and if they get holes ripped in them, I'm not going to replace them with the same thing. I will find something else. So if this is a bag you're looking at, or you're just evaluating different luggage, I hope you found this useful. I tried to cover it in details of things that I like and don't like, and just briefly about the features. You can read a lot of the features online, or if you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. If you've had these bags and you want to leave your own comments, positive or negative, leave those down below as well. Thanks for watching. Get out and do some riding. Thankfully, I'm out in the desert right now, where it feels like it's in the 70s, maybe in the 80s in the sun. It feels really nice. So thanks for watching, and I will see you out there.